When you enter, we see what looks like a sort of like surgery theater, like they used to do in the old-timey days. And they might still do now. I don't actually know. But where learning students would sit and watch an operation happen. But instead, there is one machine that looks quite like an MRI machine. You know the tube. But it has a glass overhang over top of it. So it's quite see-through. And it's much larger than what would be fit for a normal human. And we see within it, the first thing that draws our attention is that the whole place is mostly dark, save for a faint green glow, which illuminates the fur of our good friend Bigfoot.
I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it!
Who is bound and gagged to the table and tussles back shifts back and forth, but is unable to escape. And we see far beyond it, no one is in the amphitheater itself. No one's sitting next to Bigfoot while the radiation thing is happening. Behind a glass window are several personnel watching the thing happen and observing on monitors in their own discreet office to observe the results. The room is largely dark, and the machine itself gives off this loud whirring noise. It's unlikely they've heard you yet, but there's a lot of open space in this room.
Yo, that guy's feet, they're fucking huge.
We need to get them out of here.
Well, we got several people with eyes right on it. Any ideas on how to get them out of there?
I look around for a fire alarm.
Give me a read a bad situation.
Still sharp. 13, baby.
Go ahead and ask your questions.
Oh, man. I miss playing June, where I was dumb as shit, and I never had to ask
And magic was the answer to everything.
Never had to ask questions as June Traherne. The obvious. What's the best way to protect the victims?
Don't make a giant fuss.
Okay.
If you pulled the fire alarm, the entire facility becomes on alert.
All right.
If you wanna save Bigfoot, you need to get to their office across the way discreetly. And yeah, probably knock them out or blackmail something to keep them quiet.
I just want to say, of course we want to save Bigfoot, Lee. Of course we want to save Bigfoot.
I would hope you'd want to save Bigfoot.
How high up is the ceiling?
Quite high. It's just like a 2-story room. It's
Lee,
mostly dark, but there's like fluorescent lightings up top, but it's dimmed when this thing is going off. This thing definitely uses a ton of power.
Sorry. Dangers we haven't noticed.
I think it's a weird feeling. I don't think it's a thing you can visibly see, but I think you can already start to feel a little sick. And the radiation in the room, there's a reason they're not in the room. And you can feel yourself slowly being irradiated. If you stand here long enough, I'm going to start imposing some stuff on you.
Lee, are you
Which means you need to be
kidding
stealthy
me?
and fast.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yes.
Best way in. I mean,
If you were going to take the approach of knock them out, then you would have to, in theory, the best possible way is to go bum rush the room and see if you can't kick their ass before they can set off some kind of alarm. That will leave bodies, but that's the best way to get there before they start doing something or notice you, which would give them time to plan and act against you. If you're trying to go this really, really, really quietly, you have to cause a problem with the experiment, which could hurt Bigfoot. But if you can influence the technology of the machine enough where they think something's wrong, it would certainly keep their eyes focused and concerned solely with what's in front of them. What's the best way in? Hurt Bigfoot.
Is there a visible power source for the experiment?
Yeah, certainly. This thing takes a fuck ton of power. There's like a giant generator next to it.
I feel like that's the best bet on sabotaging the experiment myself. If we could time it, if we can time a sabotage of the power source with one of these rumbles, it might seem to them like it's a power outage as opposed to active sabotage. It might give us just enough time to clear the distance to the office while they're trying to figure out how to get the power back up.
I was thinking that maybe Lucas could, cast a spell and hurt Bigfoot, and they'll have to stop the experiment because they'll think that Bigfoot is in danger of deceasing on the table.
Lucas, Britt, you got any thoughts on either course of action?
We come from above.
I'm gonna need a bit more on that.
Lee, the
Yeah.
use magic, do something beyond human limitations. Is that self only, or could I cast it on someone else instead of myself?
It is self only.
Right. I know at least 2 of us can use magic, and that could allow us to climb some walls.
What do we gain from being higher?
Oh, they won't be able to see us when we sneak into their fucking room and knock them out.
They certainly wouldn't expect it.
I think it might be better if we go about this a little more laying low, slow, solid snake vibe.
They're hurting my friend. We need to get him out of there.
Whistler, you may arrive in the scene now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just come in through a wire. I'm sure that there's wires everywhere. And pop back into the phone and the earpieces. Okay, so what's the plan?
Well, we got 4 plans.
I know
right now.
that's we tend to do that, and then it always ends in pizza. So let's pick one plan.
Everyone, have -1 forward on the next thing you do. As you start to feel this pained headache stick in your head. Of course, it couldn't be anywhere else. And you have the sensation that you might throw up at any moment.
Is Whistler affected?
No. Can you read Immortal for me?
Oh yeah. Oh, let me find the exact language.
Suspense.
I thought I had it. Well, I have it in shorthand. But we do not age or sicken, and when you suffer harm, you suffer 1 harm less. So can't get
You
sick.
do not sicken.
Cool.
Your body's physiology doesn't appear to respond to fucking radiation.
Then okay, I'm gonna just start turning off all of their equipment then.
All right. I guess let's start climbing then. Try to get
All right.
to the.
I also like the timing it with the rumbles, so I'm gonna try to do that while shutting off different pieces of equipment.
Okay. Whistler, roll me telekinesis.
Yep.
My boy Lucas, roll me use magic.
That is a +2 -1, 9.
Choose a glitch.
On this one, I think I'm going to take the 1 harm. I essentially try to give myself Spider-Man powers to climb the walls, but as I'm doing so, parts of my skin are just being ripped off and staying stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take the 1 harm.
Sounds good. You start
Coincidentally,
to scale the top here.
I also rolled a 9 So I'm going to pick the option you keep it basically under your control as Whistler starts turning off pieces of equipment. And I will take 2 harm reduced to 1.
All right. As the ground shakes beneath you, it takes a minute or two, which means a minute of watching Bigfoot shudder and shake in the machine and struggle against their bindings. When the rumble happens, the lights on it start to flicker. The radiation flickers. The green light seems to go away for a small moment, and we see the people in the office panic and start scrambling about their office as they're trying to adjust things. And we see one of them is putting on like a hazmat suit, and they start running out to the door of that office, and they open it, and we see that it's shielded and lined and everything. So Lucas, when you cross that field, you don't even need to unlock the door. You can just drop. And what do you guys do here?
I thought like someone else was gonna use magic to crawl after me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brittany is behind you, but she's walking on her feet, normal, rather than like Spider-Man climbing. She's just upside down.
I figure maybe Dale will try to take out the guy who entered the operating room while the others try to force their way into the office, maybe?
Okay.
I think Danny is vibing and is going to rush to see who to help out once the action starts.
Time slows down as everyone starts making rapid decisions on how to take care of the Grave Watch personnel. We know each one of them is a trained fighter. They're not just gonna like let you smack them around and like be bullied here. They're gonna fight you and fight you well. Who goes first?
How many of them are in the room with me, in the room that I'm about to enter?
There are 3 more. And there's one has just left that room.
I mean, I don't mind Whistler going first because I think they're just going to keep turning machines off, especially if they can do something to hamper the active radiation.
Okay. Yeah, give me an act under pressure because what you're doing right now is trying to like at speed figure out what part of the machine is doing this. Beyond just like, if you shut down the whole thing, you could hurt Bigfoot very seriously.
Well, I failed. On a miss, something goes horribly wrong.
As you start fussing with the machinery, they're irradiating somebody. We see Bigfoot's fur rapidly start to fall off of their body, and this pulse, all of you feel it move through you. And again, you start to feel that sensation that you're gonna vomit immediately. Everyone, reset the -1. If you have it still, keep it. Don't add another one. If this continues, it's gonna get like really, really, really bad. But Bigfoot is retching in the chair, trying to break their bindings, and it actually looks like the bindings are starting to break because Bigfoot is huge.
Oh, wrong button. Okay, I'm sorry. I can fix this.
That's Bigfoot, by the way.
Sun's
Oh,
getting
that was-
real low, big guy.
Bigfoot. Okay, yeah.
Who's up next?
I'll go. Can you remind me how it works to do like non-lethal damage? Is that a thing in this game? How do I?
Yeah, so you would use a weapon that is like reasonably like you wouldn't kill them, right? So if you're using a sword, I don't believe that you can non-lethally kill them or slash them.
This is like Batman rules, though.
I mean,
like
I could
Batman
shoot-
never kills someone, despite
Batman
like.
kills a bunch of people.
No, he doesn't. Like
Batman
Batman's
threw
Daredevil.
burning bleach
Wait,
at a bunch of people.
Can't get into this. But
Daredevil doesn't kill people despite hitting them in the head with a billy
with a gun.
club.
Sure.
You could
A
just shoot
blunt
someone in the
weapon
leg.
could do it.
Yeah. Would
typically
you allow,
speaking.
Would
Or
you
if
allow
you
me
had,
to
like-
shoot? like an extremity, like a leg or an arm, and that would, or would that not?
It would hurt them, but if it brought them to 0, I will say it kills them. A gun is a gun. It's
So then how do I do anything to stop this guy short of killing him?
You hit him in the head with the gun.
Yeah, you can use an improvised weapon, which is to say, switching, if you hit them in the head with the thing, it'll do more damage than if you, say, punched them. And if it's, again, reached their 0, it would knock them out.
Gotcha. So I can shoot them up until one arm left, and then
Correct!
I pistol whip them. Understood.
Yeah, if you deal enough damage to not kill them and then hit them with a blunt weapon or something that I feel like would not necessarily kill them, yeah, I'll go ahead and give that to you.
Roger. So I'm gonna start blasting.
Yeah, sure.
So that is a 6 minus 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7. So we'll kick each other's ass.
Okay. They are obviously very surprised by your arrival on the scene as you sprint down the steps of the amphitheater and back up the steps on the other side to engage with them. What does this look like?
I think Dale bum rushes straight up to them so that he's almost shoulder checking them to put them off balance, and as they lean back, it exposes their leg that they're standing on, so he just shoots their supporting leg, and he's going to try to gain some distance a little bit, but he's ready to square off.
Yeah. It is an unfortunate scenario. It's quite awkward for them initially as they have to take a gamble with the radiation, and they unzip part of their gear to produce their firearm. And they, with their pistol, shoot you for 2 harm.
I do 2 harm close loud, but I also have 2 armor, so...
Oh, there's a very, very beautiful moment where you shoot each other in the chest and look at each other, revealing that you both wear armor and you're part of the same organization.
Oh, this guy... Well, does he take 0 as well?
He takes 1.
Okay, alright, so we can make some progress here. I was like, well, I'm just gonna go home then.
Yeah, I mean, they cough and hack and they spit inside of the hazmat mask. We see that this starts to fog up a little bit. But yeah, it's not super convenient for you.
It also pierced the hazmat suit.
For sure. So they will also start taking radiation.
Hell yeah. Get Chernobyl.
Right. Who's up?
I guess I'll go. From the ceiling above these 3 people, Lucas takes out their phone and starts summoning.
Nice.
That's a 10, including the -1. It was 11, but it's 10 now. And the 3 tags I'm going to pick are Ally Strong and Many-Limbed, as a creature with like a body of a spider, but 12 human looking limbs made out of pure shadow begins to claw its way out of my phone and stick to the ceiling and then dive down at one of them.
Lovely. We, as you do this, we see that, one of them very immediately takes out their gun to start shooting it, and their hand is captured by one of its many arms as this thing starts to enwrap them entirely, like this net of hands. And obviously they start to yell and shout and shit. There's a shouting from the 2 remaining, like security breach, take that thing down. The normal stuff you would expect these people to say. As they start to try and arm themselves for a fight proper. Danny, what you up to?
The security guards in with Lucas, are they also wearing hazmat suits?
They are not. They were hiding. I mean, they have like shielding on for when the door was opened, but they weren't intended to be out in this room.
Okay. Do I get the vibe that they're about to call in reinforcements? Or are they so
Absolutely.
distracted? Okay. I
You have a little bit of time because you put in all the effort to like create the distraction, but it's you can expect probably pretty soon.
Yeah. I don't think that I got the vibe that Dale was, 1, shooting non-lethally, and 2, that he was wearing a bulletproof vest and is fine. Like when someone pulls out a gun, I don't think Danny is thinking like, oh, Dale shot this guy in the leg. You know,
yeah. Like this is a firefight in your brain.
Yeah. So I'm going to run in, and I'm going to attack someone with a knife.
Sweet.
One of the guys not grabbed by the spider.
Yeah.
And I have +1 toughness, but -1 on this roll from the radiation. That's a 9 minus 1 + 1, so just a 9.
Okay. Go ahead and kick each other's ass. How much damage do you deal?
My knife is, I believe, 2 damage. Let me double check real quick. Yeah, blessed knife, 2 harm, hand holy.
Okay. A more less surprising fight as you rush in and you're with a knife versus a gun, and they deal 2 harm to you as they draw, and you get in close with them, and it's quite nasty as the two of you get to each other's guts, and another loud bang lets out, and I think this one's shouting, "Who are you? Who are you?"
Dude, I'm like the pizza delivery guy, man. As I'm like grabbing him from behind and stabbing him, and he's like trying to shoot me from in front.
Extremely horrifying to hear.
What
does that mean?
Pizza. You've ruined pizza for that person.
Beautiful. And I think at the same time as you were doing this, Brittany has walked down onto the doorway, up under and into the ceiling of that room, and we see her throw her zombie hand over the mouth of the remaining personnel. And as they start to draw and try to drag it out, she simply gets down behind them and pushes them into the armed monster. So that one starts to interact as well.
Danny, don't kill them. Just give them to the armed monster.
Little Lucas, man, like, normally I'd agree with you, but they fucking shot Dale.
Whistler.
I still really want to turn this radiation off.
Okay. Same thing.
Yeah, it seems worthwhile to not be actively irradiated. That's an 8. So
An 8. Okay. Let's see. Worst outcome, hard choice, or price to pay? Oh, easy. There is a minimum amount of copper shielding within the machine. It's been leaking a severe amount since you've arrived and started fucking with the machinery. This final pulse is either going to hit you or Bigfoot. Pick one. And I'm asking Anna, not Whistler.
Well, then it would have to hit Bigfoot. 'Cause what's the point? Well, what's the point of it hitting Whistler if it's not going to do anything?
Oh, no, I mean the crowd, like you as a team.
Oh, okay. Then
like resetting the -1.
I don't want Bigfoot to beef it before we can even have a conversation with them. So I think it's gonna hit the team.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Sorry.
As the machinery finally powers down, we see from all of the chaos that has ensued and from you fucking with the machinery before, the generator itself gives this like loud whirring hum smoke, and then the outer edge of this like MRI machine pulses, and we feel that sickening feeling in our gut. And I want no MRI techs to ever judge my description of this situation.
You always get so defensive about like
The stuff I don't know
out there. But you just you never just decide to learn more.
Yeah. Why would I do that? Anyways, so everyone reset your -1 for this round. Except for, of course, Whistler.
Look, I can't kill Bigfoot with my rolls. I can't have that blood on my hands.
blood on my
That's
dice. Okay, I think that brings us to Dale.
Alrighty. I'm gonna keep shooting this guy. I don't think he's
Non-lethally.
anywhere. Yeah, I don't think he's anywhere close to death. So I feel like that's a safe bet.
Okay. Do you want to have it try a different weapon, maybe?
What other weapon? My
Oh, there you
sniper rifle. He just like, put it in his chest. What killed him? A sniper rifle from 18 inches away.
Weird.
Yeah. I wish I had more weapons than this, but I have the gun, I have the sniper rifle, and I have big knife, which I gave to Bigfoot in like campaign or session arc 2 or something.
Yeah, that sounds arc 1, but yeah.
Yeah, I never got back. So, gun is what I got.
Gun him up.
That is, shoo! That's a 5 and a 6 on the dice, so that's -1 from the radiation, -1 from the leg, +2, back up to 11.
Lovely. Pick an extra.
Do more harm, please.
Beautiful.
Please.
You finally, this fight goes more in the direction that you're thinking. I don't think at this time try to. Yeah, I mean they don't know what's up. I think they still try shooting you, and it deals no harm overall because of your armor. And you, what does it look like as you bring them near death?
I think Dale has the non-gun hand, grabs them by their lapel and drags them over his splinted knee so that they kind of stumble over as they're trying to fire back, and he just has them off balance the whole time. So he's controlling where they go, and I don't think they're able to really get enough of grounding to fire back solidly.
Yeah, they're like hacking up blood. It looks like, if you smack them across the head right now, they'd be unconscious for sure. Oh, you could also kill them.
I learned that in doctor school.
I'm the pain doctor. All right. Lucas, I believe that's you.
So, looking at my moves to see if there's anything else I can do, I don't think there is. So instead, I would like to run, since 2 of the people are wrapped up in the monster and a third is being repetitively stabbed. I'm going to command the monster to hold them down and run over to the security console that they were using to try to make sure they haven't called for reinforcements.
Okay.
We're fine. We're fine here now. Situation normal.
You run by, gah, and go ahead and roll me act under pressure.
And that's that's cool at a -1, right?
Yeah.
Brings it down to a 9.
Okay. Does anyone want to help?
No.
I think I'm busy.
I think I'm in a different location.
You are, certainly. Okay. On a 9.
Missing hand, do you want to help?
Mm.
You want a hand? Hit me again with exactly what you're trying to do. Just so I make sure I'm saying this right.
I'm running over to the security console that they were using and making sure no backup's coming.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You can tell that they have not been able to set that off yet. So I think, honestly, there's not much I can do beyond the fact that a price to pay when you run by where Danny is in the middle of a scuffle. Rather than fight Danny, they hit you. So I'm going to say that you get knifed on the way by because they also have a knife. So go ahead and take a simple 1 harm, and you were able to get here fast enough and stealthily enough that they have not set off security yet. You don't have to worry about that.
Shit, I got stabbed.
This one's not self-inflicted on my eye.
Danny Morris.
I want to try and send this guy into the monster.
Okay. This would certainly be put them where you want them. You can roll me kick some ass, and if you get a 7 to 9, you can choose to instead do no harm and just pick one of the options for the purposes of this.
+1, -1, so a 9.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, they'll still hurt you as in the middle of this process. So go ahead and take that 2 harm.
I thought he took his knife out. He's still shooting me?
Yeah. It's not gonna go, okay, throw gun away. It's gonna do multiple things.
How do you run out of bullets?
No.
Okay.
They shot you once.
I think as he goes to shoot me, I do the thing from like the Mighty Ducks where I like grab his shirt from behind and yank it over his head, and then kind of just like trip him into the monster.
Yeah, beautiful. We see the monster start, same thing, sucking them into this clawing, holding, net of hands, and Brittany follows up by from her hand that's connected to her, pulling out like a magician little seeds that she pops in one of their mouths, and it starts to fill with this like wide, thick foam, so they can't scream.
Damn, dude.
Spooky.
And it hardens and looks like little seashells.
It's like when
a bunch of little guys like limestone.
Like when Toad shot the mucus at Jean Grey.
Yeah.
It was just like that, yeah.
Okay. So they are held in place. They're not unconscious. So the monster will last a little while. You have to decide something right now about how to properly keep them out of the play. Otherwise, they're just gonna, eventually get out and eventually do something.
Are we out
But
of
I think
initiative?
right now things are settled. They're held. One of them is near death. There's no way they can call security. In the interest of speed, what do you guys do with them, and how do you complete this side of the mission here?
My first thought is we just tie him up, bind him, gag him, throw him in a closet.
Yeah, maybe interrogate one of them. But
Danny is not interested in this at all. Danny is hurt very bad and is going to sit down and try and heal themselves real quick.
Okay, I think the fight slows down very dramatically.
Danny,
guys
how
deal with
hurt
your
are you?
captives?
That's a 10 total.
Heal 1.
And anyone against tying these folks up and throwing them in a closet?
nah, I fucking love knots. Any chance
Alright.
I get.
I'll leave. I was gonna say I'll leave that to you. Me and Whistler will go check on our buddy.
Danny is just pouring vodka sauce on their gunshot wounds and just like chugging the bottle.
If you
There's a moment where Brittany looks over and looks like they're about to start offering to magically heal it, and then when it starts to repair itself, or your wound starts to repair itself, backs off. So you have it.
I'm not so great at like combat magic and stuff, but potions, kind of my thing.
Potion. Okay.
You want some? It tastes great.
No, I make my own.
Okay.
It's a potion of vodka and sauce.
Ain't that just a Bloody Mary?
Oh, God. But if the restraints on Bigfoot are like mechanical at all, Whistler would open them. But otherwise, I think someone would need to cut him out.
Mm-hmm. They had they're not very metallic because there's some like magnetism things happening here. So it's a large series of like really tough leather and like banded cords. So yeah, I mean it's a lot of manual effort to start taking them off.
If only we had a big knife.
Yeah, damn.
Shit.
Damn.
I'll begin assisting with undoing the
Bigfoot is largely hairless at this point, which is quite unpleasant. Looks a lot like a bear with mange, and is breathing pretty heavily. They have not opened their eyes the entire time, and is like clearly in the middle of like trying to figure out if this is like a bad dream or something. Like they're just kind of like holding in place, waiting for something to happen.
Hey, buddy, it's Lucas Fur. I need you to promise that you're not gonna freak out and rip my head off. I'm gonna try to fix you up, but it's gonna hurt like a bitch. I'm gonna do it somewhere where your hair will cover it. And right under the rib cage, I slam my phone on them and use... Is it this might hurt or this is gonna
might
sting? Yeah, this might sting.
Go for it.
It go ouchie.
8, so it leaves a gnarly scar.
Bigfoot chews through the band that is holding their mouth closed and starts to let out this very, very nasty scream. And we see Brittany is leaning over their face, has their mouth open, and we see them go, and Bigfoot makes no noise as it's taken into Brittany's mouth.
Damn,
She swallows the sound of the scream.
Spooky as hell, but I love it for it.
I stumble over to Bigfoot and I put a hand on his shoulder and I go, "Hey, we haven't met. I just want to say I think it's really fucked up that Lee would do this to you, Bigfoot. I think it's terrible that Lee would torture you, Mr. Bigfoot man."
And Bigfoot wakes up from the terrible dream they were having as their eyes open and flutter, and we see none of their hair has grown back, but we see that like where they had started to like sink and look terribly weak, the breath has returned to them in a sort of a normal rhythmic fashion, and he's able to open his eyes, and with the restraints undone is able to stand up with this great cracking of their spine as they've been lying here for quite some time. Have you tied up the Gravewatch personnel?
I was doing that, so I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the one that has not had their mouth covered by Brittany is asking like, why are you doing this?
Oh, buddy.
You're interrupting some important work.
It's always important work. That's what justifies the worst shit possible, man. I mean, Bigfoot ain't hurting anybody out here, and you're gonna go and just rip him out of his own.
We could stop the hurt for many, many people. I don't understand how that doesn't take priority.
Well, buddy, then I guess we're never gonna be on the same foot here, but look. Y'all got a choice to make here. I ain't gonna kill you, but I could make it a might bit more uncomfortable for you while you wait for us to finish our business. Now, you can help tell us what else we got in store for us in this bunker, or we could make it a might bit more uncomfortable for you.
Well, give me a manipulative person. They're in a pretty bad situation, but they walk into a lot of situations knowing they could die.
Yeah. It ain't good. It's a cumulative 3.
Oof. No coming back from that.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Where are they keeping the big one? The one that keeps breaking out?
The morgue.
All right. The doctor, Maskal, he been around recently?
Yeah. He's here.
Good. Well, I guess let's make it a little bit less uncomfortable for you then. And Dale's just gonna pistol whip him across the head, knock him right out.
Yeah. I think restrained, nothing he could do, passes the fuck out. There's
like
a shuddering on the other, because they're all, I assume, tied together, doing the.
All right. Well, he'll sleep through the worst of it now.
Hey, Dale, can you teach me how to pistol whip someone to knock them out?
Oh yeah. We spent a whole summer on that technique right there. We'll get you trained up on it there, Lucas. We'll get you up.
Well, I mean, we practice right now.
best to start on non-live dummies, just because you go a little bit too hard. All of a sudden, it's a different kind of crime.
Yeah. And that is what he tells you with your 3.
Fair enough.
And what are you guys doing down with Bigfoot?
I think he's joining the squad, right? He's here to help.
Like rousing, yeah. But what
Yeah.
do you say?
Oh, I think we hand him a gun. Hand him 2 guns. There's lots of guns. Should I take a gun? Can I take a gun? I don't have a gun.
You may certainly have a gun.
Yeah, are there any cool guns like rifles or anything?
I think no rifles. They're all mostly like regular ass, like
Handgun?
modern day guns. But they have suppressors on them. They're silent.
Oh, I'm gonna switch mine out, or at least never mind. I'm gonna take a page from my own book. I don't have to switch shit. I'll just take an extra.
That seems good.
2 guns with silencers is what I'm writing down.
So it'd be 2 harm, close, and that's it. It would normally say loud, but
I'm putting silent. Just so that way I don't think I made a mistake by leaving off loud.
that seems fair.
So, Mr. Foot.
Oh my god. I am so glad to see you guys.
Yeah, genuinely surprised to have found you here. Actually, I had your missing person thing on the back burner. I wasn't supposed to get information on it till after I had dealt with the issues that we're dealing with here, but convenience would have it that I'm able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, pretty lucky indeed there, bud. Have you gotten taller since I saw you?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I'm gonna fall down. And Bigfoot smacks hard into the ground and starts to yank themselves back up.
Hey Dale, do you think you could help me get this vest on, and maybe we could get one on Mr. Bigfoot there?
Yeah, sure thing. It looks like you still got some blood coming out of you there, Danny. You want me to give it a look?
Oh, yeah, I'm bleeding a lot.
Shoot, why didn't you say something? I ain't lugging around this whole ass backpack for nothing. It's filled with stuff for exactly that situation.
Lee, stats on the vest.
1 armor.
How
Hell
many vests are there?
There were 4 people.
I'm taking a vest.
I'm gonna stack 3 on top of each other.
Yeah, that's the one weird thing is that armor never stacks with anything. It's you either have it or yeah. There unless it's like from a skill, then it can add on to it.
Can I roll medic on Danny?
Certainly, add +1.
Do I know why?
Your sister's helping you.
Oh, sick. Okay. Damn, I got smarter. But no. Good old sis. Good thing she helped. That'll bring me to an 8, I think. If I ain't mistaken, which means I may choose either to heal to harm or stabilize the injury. And I'm figuring you're probably stable.
I
No?
believe I'm stable, yeah.
I'll heal to harm in that case.
Thank you.
Can you take a look at me as well? I got stabbed.
Yeah. Oh shoot, Lucas, what the hell? Yeah, definitely put on that little jacket there.
I think the vest is kind of slimming.
Yeah, dude, you look smart as hell, dude.
It super isn't. It makes you look like a little chunky here, so you look very square, specifically in the chest area, because it's a bulletproof vest. It's thicker. But you know,
You look fly. You look just like Will Smith in Bad Boys. That'll be a little 13 to patch up Lucas right quick. And that'll be heal to harm and stabilize if you need it.
Nah, I just needed the 2 harm healed. That puts me back to full.
Oh, I wonder what that's like.
Do I have any radiation treatment that might be able to help? Bigfoot, maybe.
Do you?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you would allow me to have in my medic pack.
I don't think that's a thing you're prepared for.
That's a fair thing to say.
Yeah. I don't think it's a situation you expect to come across.
Yeah, you know.
You can make an argument for the normal use magic because I think you can cure diseases.
Yeah, like poisoning.
Yeah,
that's more. If Britt's here, I ain't gonna try to do magic. That'd just be embarrassing myself. But any wizard type folk can go.
I think your young friend here is as good as I am.
I could give it a shot.
Yeah, why don't we do it together?
Sounds good. That is a 12 total from me.
Cool. She doesn't roll. For the most part, I don't want Brittany to overtake anybody's abilities. She's usually just going to either help shortcomings or where things are close to failure, or add a little extra on top of other people's stuff. So yeah, I'll go ahead and say, yeah. Tell me what it looks like as you apply this magic and kind of remove some of the radiation poisoning that sits within Bigfoot.
Lucas once again breaks out their phone and opens up a Geiger counter app. Just supposed to make noises like a Geiger counter. And I take a USB cable, connect it to the phone, hand it to Bigfoot, and I say, blow into this. And as they blow into it, a green glow comes out of their mouth, travels through the cable, and the Geiger counter app starts going nuts as the radiation leaves their body and gets trapped in the phone, dispersed into the web somewhere.
Beautiful. I think while you're doing this, Brittany has placed her hand on your back, and you can feel this surge of this well of magical energy that helps you pull further, so that there's more of that radiation that gets out of Bigfoot, who looks more conscious now than before, very certainly, and is now more in the sort of shock state recovery rather than any physical wounds. They're going to be okay, I swear to God. I'm not going to do something mean later. They'd be like, you didn't cure all the radiation. He's dying.
It's no good.
Can I try and call Jerry?
A shit ton of magic was just done.
Oh my God.
You keep touching it.
Terrible. Everyone does magic.
It's just in a little circle jerk of magic healing. It's not the time.
I gotta warn him about these zombies.
But we got the Jerry just hanging out having pizza with those Gravewatch personnel who are helping fix the truck, or the Queen Anchovy's Revenge.
God.
All the Gravewatch people are like, I swear there was someone else who told us to come out here. Jay's like, right? No.
Oh yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, you want to see my stream? Welcome to my podcast. So is there anything you want to talk to Bigfoot about as we kind of get ready to close out here for the night?
Do you know why they captured you?
Roll me investigate a mystery, of course. A critical game.
God damn. 6.
I'm a help out.
Go for it. Not really.
Bigfoot is kind of mumbling and losing his breath here, and it can get a little bit hard to understand him as he talks. So what you can suss out is insert roll.
I haven't rolled low all night, and then I'm like, oh, last roll of the evening, no big deal. 2 1s, it's a 2.
I also rolled a 6.
I thought you could just automatically help people.
Me?
Nah.
No, that was Cassius. Now it's just
and Quincy.
Oh, right.
I don't know why I thought you also had something like that. Okay, cool. So we learned nothing there.
I took the advanced move, so if I roll really well, I can help out extra. But if I do poorly, I still fucking eat it.
That's okay. I'm gonna
I'll take the EXP.
Yeah. I can I use my last hold from Connect the Dots?
To do what?
Like as we were talking to Bigfoot, trying to figure out what's happening, can I ask how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture?
Ooh.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one.
You're talking to Bigfoot, who is not quite clear on what the problem is or why they were there. But you're looking around like the machinery, what they are trying to produce here, or what they've been producing in other parts of this building, and what Brittany said, like they had at their disposal earlier, like that there were like little platoons of zombies running around. By the way, I'm going to hold all three of those failures for later.
You better.
Hit me with a question one more time. I'm going to answer in a concrete way.
How does this mystery, so I suppose the kidnapping of Bigfoot, connect to the bigger picture?
Certainly Bigfoot should have died from this whole thing. Even with all of the magical healing that you guys have applied, when you are speaking to him and you're like looking at his body, you see that he's smaller. He has less hair, and his face shape has changed a little bit. So it's less simian and more human-like. For sure, they are trying to supplement the back half of the formula for turning a monster into a human. Because they have half of it from Petey. On the vitals that are in the machinery that are connected to Bigfoot, we see a number of this chemicals that are part of the chemical cocktail that Dr. Jekyll uses to turn monsters into humans or suppress monstrous powers. Which super duper means that Maskal has some arrangement with the Fey Lord Petey.
Dun dun dun.
Now, their process wasn't working, right? Otherwise, Bigfoot would be just a regular person right now. But they have part of it.
Well, that's upsetting. I mean, well, kind of. It's upsetting. Bigfoot. It's very upsetting. I think the ability to turn into a human might be preferable to a lot of monstrous people, but obviously not against their will. It's a real X3 scenario. That's right. This
Yeah.
time I make the X-Men reference. It's fine.
You've been studying up. What do they want to do with it?
Do you have any further hold?
No. That was my last hold from that. And we all really beefed that investigative mystery.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's all we can glean for now.
Well, that feller up in the office told me the morgue would be a likely place for Mark, and he seemed very trustworthy to me. So I say we go down there.
Does this go any farther past this room? All right, morgue is the next best place I could think of.
Mr. Bigfoot, sir, have you...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry, voice. Dude, like, Mr. Bigfoot, man, like, have you seen Mark?
Who's Mark?
That's a good question. I don't... Dale's brother?
Yeah,
Cult
he's
member?
a nerdy looking kid.
I've seen a lot of nerdy looking guys running around.
Kind of a werewolf situation?
Yeah, he might have a little bit of a thing where his chin might be merging with his neck. He might be...
No, I haven't seen anything like that. I've heard a lot of ruckus outside. Is maybe that?
Biggie, what are you up to going forward? I mean, you seem kind of maybe a little bit out of it. I don't want to put you in a bloody situation if you ain't in the shape to.
I mean, I sure would like to go with you there, bud. Are you asking me if you want me to kill somebody? Because I don't know. I don't know if I can do that.
I
Well,
just
Brittany can portal one person out of here. If we wanted to properly secure Mr. Foot's safety, we could just do that. And really, like, up the stakes on all of our combat. Wouldn't that be neat?
You talk strange.
I
I mean, you've been safe the whole time, right?
Oh, from the radiation? Yes.
I mean,
Have we
because you're not
established
in
that
the
Brit
room.
Oh, yeah, this is happening right now then.
Oh, yeah.
Britt and Whistler
so,
just
yeah.
talking to each other.
Yeah. Brittany has been like, yeah, you've been safe because you're not in the room.
The
Oh,
guy
I
in the
don't-
car.
I don't know why I thought that was Bigfoot for a second, but yeah. Yes, I'm just on standby out here with Jerry in the Queen Anchovy's Revenge.
Okay. Not going to further investigate that information.
I don't want to seem selfish, but I'd rather save that teleport for Mark because I'm willing to bet we're gonna find him in a sticky situation.
It's fair.
All right, if that's what you think is best. Mr. Foot, do you feel like you can fight? I mean, I am a champion Greek wrestler, but not, I haven't, really thrown the old fists around in a little while.
Is that a yes?
I mean, I can try, right, if I'm gonna die otherwise.
Hell
I'm not
yeah.
happy about it.
Love that can-do attitude.
There's a bunch of guns everywhere, if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick up a gun. I've never killed a guy before.
Hey. Biggie, you don't got to do anything you don't want to. You keep that little conscience of yours clean.
That seems good. I like to hear that, yeah.
You just do what you've been doing for hundreds of years. You stick to the blurry parts. That's it.
That I can do. Okay. If there's anything else, I mean, I'd like to start getting. I would like to start moving.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's best if we move out.
Let's make our way to the morgue. I mean, it's the only place that we have, information on.
Yeah, I'm dying to get over there.
Okay.
Low-hanging fruit.
When you get out into the central hallway, that staff person is not there. When you open the doors to the morgue, we see, any of us who have seen like a crime show have seen like the series of square refrigerators, right?
Yeah.
That where you would pull out a slat which had a body on it. And we see that in dozens on one grand wall locked behind this glass wall here. And we see every single one of these metal doors shake and rumble and crack as we hear this cacophony. And the doors open. And we'll close out there.